You do things you never thought you would do, like eating out of a dumpster. I mean, my God, I never thought I would do that, and thank God I haven't had to do it again.
I didn't want to be homeless, and it's very easy to get into, but very hard to get out of.
If I could sum up homelessness in one word, it would be lonely. It's very lonely. I mean, it can be cold, you can be hungry, but the worst thing about it is that everybody treats you like you don't exist.
My, typical day when I was homeless, pretty much, revolved around survival. I would get up in the morning, and the first thing I would have to try to do is find a meal.
I was homeless for 2.5 years.
I was homeless for about 5 years.
I'm 52 years old, and I have been homeless for over 5 years.
I can truthfully say that I'm very happy now because I'm no longer homeless.
These are the stories of people helped by the work of the National Coalition for the Homeless. With your help, we're working to bring America home. Founded in 1982, NCH is the nation's oldest and largest advocacy organization for the homeless. Its mission is simple: to end homelessness.
Homelessness will continue in this country unless we address the root causes of homelessness and poverty in America. And unless we do so, we will continue to have homelessness unabated on our streets and sidewalks in downtown America.
I'll be right down.
The good news from NCH is that with the right resources, you can turn the corner on homelessness. Brenda Lee Wilson is just one example. She now works for a newspaper. She's still homeless, but fortunately she is off the streets and staying with a friend.
Good afternoon, Street Sense Newspaper. May I help you? I do miss that key that allows me to go in and out of a door freely and come and go as I please of my own place.
NCH wages its war on homelessness on two fronts: in the halls of Washington, D.C. through legislative action, and on the grassroots level by helping homelessness coalitions across the country. NCH also plays a major role in all private community government initiatives to end homelessness. Here's how NCH works. Directors of state and local homelessness coalitions are on the board of directors of NCH. That keeps NCH in touch with homelessness and poverty issues on the local level. And in turn, NCH keeps those at the local level informed about the federal resources available to them.
As a local provider, NCH provides us, with a voice and the necessary resources for us to fight homelessness on a local level.
A local drug treatment program helped Dana Woolfolk get off the streets. He now enjoys being able to cook in his own home.
In 2005, I purchased my first home, and I can't tell you what a glorious feeling that was. It's a wonderful thing to be able to walk into my living room in the evening when I come home from work and look around and know that my hard work has afforded me the ability to keep a roof over my head.
One thing that makes NCH uniquely qualified to tackle homelessness is that it recruits people who are or have been homeless to join its ranks.
I think that myself and the other members of the board of directors who have experienced homelessness, we can contribute a point of view that no one else has.
David Pirtle now works for NCH and lives in his own apartment. He was able to turn his life around after he got help for his schizophrenia.
I don't need to have hope that homelessness can end. I know that it can end.
Over the years, NCH has seen many victories in the fight to end homelessness, including the McKinney-Vento Act, which is the first federal program to help homeless people. The Housing Now March, in which 250,000 people marched on Washington to draw attention to the issue of homelessness. Perhaps NCH has received the most national attention for its civil rights work, both in the areas of hate crimes and voting rights.
Beginning in the mid-1980s, we have been fighting for the voting rights of homeless people, and today I'm proud to say that in all 50 states, homeless people, whether they live in shelters or live on the streets, are able to register to vote.
The National Coalition for the Homeless, through local and state coalitions, has registered tens of thousands of homeless people over the years, and that's a major accomplishment.
Not only is NCH changing law, it's changing attitudes through its Speakers Bureau. Through this program, people who have experienced homelessness speak to high school and college students about what it's like to be homeless. Listen to the powerful stories of a few of the members of the Speakers Bureau.
The worst night to be homeless is Friday night. All the drunk kids out there looking for something to do. So I was attacked with a bat. I was stoned. I was urinated on. I was spray painted.
I carried this big black bag around that could weigh anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds. And in that bag, I had everything that I needed, all the essentials. My blankets, my one-day extra clothes, a couple of pair of shoes.
I've also been sick while I was homeless. I got the flu while I was on the street, and you've never had the flu until you've had it and you don't have a home. When you can't have access to Tylenol and cough syrup and hot tea and things like that.
And it was snow on the ground. It was very cold, and I was very hungry, and I'd done something I never did before. I went to dumpsters, and I looked for food behind a cafeteria because I had a dog with me too, and I was more concerned about feeding him than I was about feeding myself.
And through their personal stories, these speakers are able to challenge common misconceptions about the homeless, like they're lazy.
I don't know anyone who works harder than a homeless person. You have to walk 2 miles to go someplace where you can get breakfast. And you have to walk back the other 2 miles to go someplace where you can get dinner. And then you gotta hoof it across town in time before the shelter closes. Just the day-to-day tasks are so time-consuming. It's amazing to me that anyone ever gets off the street.
So, what can you do to end homelessness?
I believe very strongly that what people can do is let their elected officials know that they care personally about homelessness.
I believe in the power of one. In other words, myself helping someone to help someone.
I would say that the greatest thing that you can do individually to help homeless people is to stop treating them like homeless people and just treating them like people.
It's critically important for individuals and organizations to support the work of the National Coalition for the Homeless. There is no other organization that does the work that we do to end and prevent homelessness.
I believe NCH can end homelessness because they are making the public aware.
It's not going to happen overnight, but we have been making progress over the last 25 years. We know what works. Together we can end homelessness, and you can help.
Support the National Coalition for the Homeless. Together, we can bring America home.